A new update is finally out, so let's check it out.
Check it out.
Starting off with the flamethrowers. All three factions got one, and you unlock it by reaching the infantry assault ribbon at level 8. They all cost the same, but they have differences in the ammo capacity, reload speed and ignition times. Before we compare them, here's how they work. You left click and the flame at the end of the barrel gets ignited, and from now on you have a limited amount of time to spread flames before the ignition turns off. If you hold the left click, the next ignition will begin automatically. The ammo indicator on the bottom right shows how many times you can ignite it before you have to reload it. If you press right click, you zoom in and you get better control, but your movement speed will slow down. All three of them will deal their max amount of damage within 19 meters, but they can slightly damage even at 22 meters. The flames will stick to the ground or any surface and they will cause damage if you cross them, but they go off really soon and they can't bounce or spread. They take 7 equipment points without any spare ammo, 8 with 1 pouch and 9 with 2 pouches. The fast reload badge will decrease the amount it takes to reload, but not ignite. The scavenger badge, even though the flamethrowers are classed as assault rifles, will not pick up ammo from dropped assault rifles, you can only get so from other flamethrowers. Also, you can't damage any vehicle, you can damage teammates, but you can damage glass, fences and yourself. And no, you can't destroy grenades or any other explosives. The German flamethrower uses bullets to ignite the flame. It can hold 10 at a time and you have to reload them one by one. Of course, you can stop reloading whenever you want by left clicking. The ignition lasts for 3.4 seconds. It takes half a second to ignite, 5 seconds to reload one ammo and immediately cancel the reload, or 8 seconds to reload from 0 to 10. The Soviet flamethrower also uses 10 bullets to ignite. You have to reload them one by one and again you can stop reloading whenever you want by left clicking. The ignition lasts for 3.1 seconds, it takes 1.25 seconds to ignite the next shot, 1.5 seconds to reload one ammo and immediately cancel the reload, or 7 to reload from 0 to 10. The US flamethrower is a bit different, it does not use bullets. You get 5 ignitions and you have to reload them all at once. The ignition lasts for 3.1 seconds, it takes 0.4 seconds to ignite the next shot, and 6 to reload, which you can't cancel midway through. All the flamethrowers cost the same to maintain, but keep in mind, the weapon and ammo condition goes down only when you spread flames. Here is the result of me simply igniting the weapon 100 times, and here is the result by holding down the click 100 times. In conclusion, the German flamethrower can keep throwing flames non-stop with the penalty of longer reloads. The Soviet has more practical and faster reloads with the longer ignition time penalty, and the American is something in between. If you are wondering about the FPS changes, I noticed a big difference when there were a lot of flames in a single spot and I was really close to them, and when flames came directly to my screen while standing still. When I used it normally, the FPS decrease was minimal. Moving on with the weapon and modification stat changes. They reduced the bolt cycle time by 20% on bolt action rifles, making them more relevant. The Soviet rifle ammunition got a range increase, including the ADS. Close range damage and rate of fire for the starter semi-auto rifles has been increased, making them a 2-shot kill to the chest against enemies without heavyset. This should make it so new players have a fighting chance against well-equipped soldiers. They can't 2-shot kill bronze heavyset soldiers though. The spare ammunition and the reload time for the M1 and M1A1 carbine have been decreased, but the precision, the damage and the range got increased. The STG-44 got a rate of fire increase, the AVS-36 got a reload speed decrease, the M2 carbine got a damage and range increase, but also a reload time increase, making it more of an assault rifle rather than an SMG. Moving over to the MG42, the rate of fire got increased from 850 to 1000 rounds per minute, the belt size got increased to 100 rounds, the reload time and the recoil got increased as well, it has a new reload animation, And there are these belt things flying out as well. Oh yeah, and I just noticed, you can see the trace around coming here. The M1919A6 also received extra belt size with increased reload time and recoil, new animation and belt things, and some orange tips in the ammo here for the tracer rounds. They decreased the reload time of the BAR, the Johnson MG13 and MG34. As for the SMGs, they increased the damage they deal at really close ranges, and most importantly, they increased the rate of fire of the PPSH and PPD. Also, they increased the velocity at which the bullets fly through the air in certain SMGs, so you don't have to lead your shots that much anymore. The German grenade launcher now has a functional bipod, the grenade travels faster through the air, and it has a faster reload. The Soviet grenade launcher will also shoot his watermelons at faster velocity through the air. The PTRD reload time got decreased. The M1 bazooka can now be unlocked and used from the Germans and Soviets with 41,000 credits. And the pistols got an increased 20% rate of fire. As for the explosives, they reduced the spare hand grenades you carry to 3 and they will now explode 1.3 seconds later. But most importantly, they decreased the amount of damage the Soviet anti-personnel mine PMK-40 will deal, so it can't one-hit kill you anymore, while also reducing the resupply cost from 781 credits to 587 credits per mine. Of course, you can use the Grenadier badge to increase the damage it deals and make it a one-hit kill, even if the enemy is wearing heavyset gold. But remember, the Grenadier only works if the soldier who placed the mines is still alive. Once he dies, the Grenadier effect will disappear from the mines, and it doesn't matter if you spawn with him again or if you are still in the deploy screen. Finally, they reworked the animations for the rest of the explosives. Some stuff that changelog didn't mention is the increased rate of fire for the FG42 and the Maximov Tokarev. As for the modifications, it was impossible for me to document every single attachment on every single gun, but overall they decreased their effectiveness by 20% and even 50% all across the board. Overall, they decided to increase the basic stats of every weapon while also decreasing the effect of the modifications. This will make the need of buying expensive modifications less necessary. Which means new players and yourself don't always have to grind extra credits to buy modifications anymore, since your new weapon will often be already good without them and the modifications will only add slight advantages. I didn't see any differences in the repair costs though. With all of that said, fully modded weapons should be as effective as they were before the update, but still not too different from an unmodded weapon. With the exception of some fully modded pistols that I noticed had a decreased rate of fire even with the 20% base increase, and the bolt action rifles which still need full modifications to reach one-shot kill capabilities. One more thing this update brought was some visibility changes. They decreased the distance of the fog and they changed the color a bit. The shadow's intensity got decreased in both night and day maps, indoors and outdoors. And the lighting got decreased in night maps and the tracer rounds will now look brighter at night. Also, they decreased the smoke particles visibility coming out of your barrel when shooting your gun. Another important change is the adjustments in the ribbons. The starter tank distraction weapons like the M1 bazooka and the grenade launchers can now be unlocked when reaching the infantry assault level 4. Meanwhile, the M9 bazooka and the PTRD and
Panzerbüchse
are now unlocked at the tank distraction level 5. All of this means that players can get their hands on better tank distraction equipment sooner than they used to. Finally, there are 6 new paint jobs for the cars. Here's how they look in game just in case. Now, because the last update video I ever did was 5 months ago and there have been 3 big updates since then, I may create another video to highlight the biggest changes these 3 updates brought, because I don't want this one to be too long. And I'm not even sure if you are interested in these types of videos at all anymore. And that's all. Subscribe, it's free, you can always change your mind, like the video and I will see you as soon as I can. Ciao ciao!
I'm sorry, I'm not sure yet how much you've lost.
$101,206,000.